just quickly have this set up. So to push the seat, you grab here, and then there is like a handle here.
Yeah.
Don't grab this because it's gonna fall apart. And then you just go up. I usually go to the maximum because I'm the pilot. You can sit a bit back. As long as you don't interfere, you see the pedals?
Yeah, yeah.
You don't need to interfere with those. So as long as you don't touch that, and then this is the main yoke, and also you have to know that it goes back. Yeah. And I will have to push back. So if you're too fat, sit a bit back. Otherwise, feel free to go up, and if you want in cruise, you can handle a bit the airplane. So if you're pushed forward, that would be ideal. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the door. In case something bad happens, like the engine stops, your responsibility would be to unlatch the door before we touch down.
Yeah.
In case the airframe bends, it's not stuck.
Yeah.
So before we touch down, so now please close the door. You have to push and forward. Yeah, that's closed. Okay. And now if I ask you to unlatch it, yeah. So you have to do that before we touch. Obviously there will be air coming, so this would be very hard to.
Yeah.
But just make sure there is a gap here, so it's not. Yeah. So that's that. For now, I would ask you to just leave it open because it's really hot. But before we take off, we close it.
Yeah.
And here you have a vent to regulate your airflow. Once we start flying, this will start coming out of a lot of air. So rotating this, you see it closes and opens, so you can regulate your flow, and then you can point it. And these are your headsets. It has 2 connectors. One is for the headphone and one is for the microphone, and they go there. They have different diameters, so you won't be able to plug them wrong. Just that's it. And you can adjust this to your own head. Yeah.
Is this for the volume or?
Yeah, probably. I don't know these headsets because they're not mine. Okay. But yeah, I think that would be. And here you have this is mine and the other one is yours. So yeah, no, you have to
open.
I think, yeah.
No.
No, sorry, I think this is
yours is different.
Yeah, mine is different.
So this is yours?
No. This is mine. This is.
Maybe they are the same now. No, this is not correct for this one, that this one will fit in here.
This is the one I use is this one all the time. So
but this is not here. Something missing. You see? I think there's. Oh, wait a second.
Oh no, you have the this
from
is
the back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, this is here it is like this.
Ah, it goes here.
It has 3 parts. So
okay.
this latches here, and this latches here.
Okay.
So make sure it's it has to hold you down.
It's the smallest. You cannot put it any smaller.
You can adjust it here.
Yeah, I did.
It has a. So I would recommend here you.
No, this is okay, but I cannot put this one.
Oh, this is okay. Yeah, because you have to put this part closer to here.
Yeah.
So the way to do that is you have to make that longer and this shorter. So it should be like this. Yeah, you got it. You make sure to tighten it a bit more before we depart, and try not to tangle your cable. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, let me just. I have to file a flight plan, so they know we're coming, just for safety. I do that with my phone. It's very easy. Everybody's flying today because it's such a nice day, you know. I wear this because the sun is a bitch. So we just go to route. Have to set the time for departure. It's going to be 8 Zulu. 8 Zulu time is universal time, UTC. So that's it, and then we go to route, file flight plan. We have 8 Zulu, 2 persons on board, and then the airplane is white. Continue. Send flight plan. Okay. Okay, close, done. Okay. Gonna drink some water. It's hot. Remember to keep clear of the...
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna start the airplane now. Starting. We prime the engine, fuel pump on, mixture cut off. Clear. Clear. this is pretty much the closest we are allowed to fly.
Yeah.
That's the airport.
So this is the border here, or?
Yeah, that's control. You cannot go there.
Yeah.
You can look. There is one landing. You see?
Yeah.
You can ask. I can ask and fly straight, but usually they don't give permission because you have commercial traffic.
Yeah.
So I just fly around it. That's it. But this is pretty good. So that's it. That's Dusseldorf.
Sorry?
That's the end of Dusseldorf. So this is our field.
Yes, compared to your home city, it's small, but...
And the Mooney is really fast, so... So, there's a small glider site up ahead,
Yeah.
but at this time it's gonna be empty.
Squawk 3704.
This is one called Maze Break.
Yeah, I lived there before.
Yeah.
November 553 Charlie Delta, contact Bremen 119.825.
119.825, contact validated. It's hot, yeah?
Yeah.
If the sun is bothering you, you can do like this
Okay.
and to block it. We will be turning north soon, so it won't be a problem anymore. So yeah, this is the pilot's life. Not too bad, yeah? That's another one, another airplane going to land. Look at the bridge. Do you see the bridge over there?
Yeah.
That's really cool. And here there is another look. There is a hole. That's another mine. That's full of water.
Yeah, we have a lot of
and
those.
that's another one. So look, do you see the green water?
Yeah. I think they are, it's not for charcoal, it's for stones and sand. We have that all over here. Oh no, and this one, this one which is not fluted, this is for a special kind of stones.
So you can see the water there?
Yeah. But I think this one is closed. This is I think this is the Neanderthal. You heard of it?
Yeah.
Because I found the Neanderthaler, which is similar to our species.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's found there.
Over there, I don't know if you see, there's a huge antenna over there. You have to be very careful when we fly so low with those antennas. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's here very high. Oh yeah, that's the mine. That's another TV antenna from this small town. We're okay. I have all the antennas mapped here, so this is really good.
Felbert. Okay, this is Felbert, yeah.
This is really good tool to use. You have all the antennas mapped, everything. Really good.
Information, Oscar Yankee Papa Delta Alpha, question.
Go ahead.
I'm entering to call airspace class C and have 6,000 flight level 65, and the space is starting from 6,500 feet. It will be okay? Oscar Yankee Papa Delta Alpha?
Yes, if you remain in flight level 65 on current heading, you are clear of the Charlie airspace of Dusseldorf.
Thank you, Oscar Yankee Papa Delta Alpha.
Okay, now we're heading pretty much north. We have to keep low for a few minutes until we pass this airspace, and then we can climb. And we will soon cross Look, there's another one. We will soon cross the projection of the runway of the Dusseldorf airport, so you'll be able to see some airplanes flying above us.
Yeah.
If we are lucky, you will be able to see one. There's one that's going to land over there.
I will send a picture of our house. My wife.
Go. Look, there's another one, another airplane going. You see that they form like a row, one after the other
Yeah,
one.
I see them in the night. I see the lights. They are all waiting.
There should be one over there.
One time I saw a balloon.
Yeah, there's plenty of balloons.
No, not the big one, the small one.
Oh. Maybe in the afternoon, if there is no wind, we'll be able to see balloons. So now this is Aachen, this town.
Sorry?
This is Aachen, the town.
Aachen, yeah.
So I don't know if you can see, but if you look for a reference, you'll be able to see that we are slowly going to this side.
Yeah.
That's because we have wind. The wind is pushing us.
Yeah.
So you see, I'm pointing like this, but going like this. We have a lot of wind. We are doing 2,000 feet, so we are okay.
Nice.
And your
My house here.
Yeah, cool.
And we have a group of our street, so I put it in the street.
Yeah, cool.
Traffic 12 o'clock, 2 miles approaching opposite, 2,000 feet indicated.
Okay, looking for traffic for Whiskey Sierra. Okay, we're also doing 2,000, so you have to look for the traffic.
Lange Information, Delta Echo Alpha Lima Tango, moin.
Delta Echo Alpha Lima Tango, hallo, Squawk 3704, QNH 1011.
Do you see the traffic?
No, where?
Yeah, Delta Whiskey Sierra, traffic still half a mile opposite, 2,000 feet.
Traffic inside for Whiskey Sierra, thank you. Do you have it?
Delta Lima Tango, Transponder 3704, QNH 014.
You see,
Amazing,
so
it looks amazing.
he told me of the traffic, but it's not.
But didn't hear it activate. Isn't this for alarm?
No, this is just for the controller.
Ah, okay.
He told me there was a traffic, but he's not obliged, so he may not tell me. So I have to look, especially if we're flying so low.
Yeah. But you know FLAR?
Huh?
You heard of FLAR?
No. What is that?
It's like this. We have it in the aircraft. The small.
It's called TICAS.
It's calculating the flight routes. If maybe it detects a collision.
Yeah.
Collision.
But these small airplanes don't have that technology, so we are flying on VFR flight rules, so we have to look outside all the time, especially in these areas that is very congested. I don't know if you can see, like over there, there's a thick layer of smoke. Do you see it? Between the clean air and the dirty air.
Is it really smoke?
Yes, that's smoke. Today there are no clouds. Today is a perfect day. But what you see there is the thick cloud of smoke.
Delta Echo Oscar Whiskey Sierra, another traffic 12 o'clock, 1.5 miles, flying the same direction.
From the power plants and from the cars. All the pollution, that's pollution. Pollution, you're breathing all that shit. All that shit you're breathing. But once you're down, you don't see it. But once you start going up, you see it. It's amazing. That's all pollution. And you will realize once we fly to the beach, that this goes away. It's only on populated areas. That's pollution. All the diesel that you burn is over there.
But I'm pretty sure the most pollution comes from the Tagebau, from the mine.
Delta Whiskey Sierra.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I see one more traffic, 12 o'clock, half a mile, flying same direction, no level information.
for Delta Sierra. Okay, let's, well, I'm gonna start the climb anyways, now. I don't see anything.
Delta Echo Oscar Whiskey Sierra, mentioned traffic now indicated in 3000 feet, so currently nothing.
Okay, Roger, I'm gonna maintain 25. Can you please let me know once I pass it?
Roger.
Thank you.
Delta Echo Mike Hotel Whiskey, ich würde jetzt gerne Stadtlohn rufen. Und die
I think the traffic is that.
Delta Hotel Whiskey, Squawk 7000, gute Landung.
Dankeschön, danke für Service, bis gleich, ciao. Squawk 7000.
Do you see it or?
Langinformation für die Delta Echo November Hotel Sierra, schönen guten Morgen. Delta Echo November Hotel Sierra, lang guten Morgen.
Die Delta Echo November Hotel Sierra, eine P28 Baron, die CDOE, Mülheim, Osterbrücker Heide. Position jetzt.
He's flying that direction, but probably he's lower than us because we're on a Mooney. I think that's the one because he's flying on the same direction. And he's a bit higher than us at 3000, so that makes sense. So I'm gonna just land here. Just make sure you keep an eye on that one, Borkum, please. We're okay. We are gonna climb to 5000 now, so. Yeah, that's. And for Whiskey Sierra, is my traffic on the right?
Yeah, traffic is right wing side, distance about 2 miles now in 3000 feet.
Yeah, have it inside, thank you very much. Yeah, that's the one. Right hand side.
Delta Lima Tango, wir steigen auf 5500 Fuß.
So, do you feel the ears?
Delta
Tango, Roger.
How do you feel once we start climbing?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Long information, Delta Echo Whiskey Alpha Quebec.
Delta Alpha Quebec.
Echo Delta Romeo 37 Alpha Bravo, not active today.
That's a firm. The only restricted area which is active is 34 Alpha up to 3000 feet.
34 Alpha up to 3000 feet only. Delta Alpha Quebec, danke.
Okay. So this is the airplane has 3 controls for the engine. This is the throttle. This is the propeller.
So you have a propeller which...
So if I reduce it, you can see the RPM is gonna decrease. You see? Or increase.
Yeah.
It's independent of the throttle. The throttle only controls the manifold pressure. And then I have the mixture. The mixture is the amount of fuel that goes into the engine. So obviously as we go up, the density of the air reduces.
Yeah.
So in order to keep a good relation between fuel and air, we have to reduce the mixture.
But
yeah.
How are you reducing the mixture?
Just,
No, not. But do you have an instrument which tells you?
I use the fuel flow and the EGD because fuel can also act as a coolant of the mixture.
Yeah.
If I have too much fuel, it's gonna cool down the engine. So look at the EGD. If I add fuel, you see?
Yeah.
It's dropping. But obviously I'm wasting fuel. It's gonna go to 14. I'm just wasting fuel. So if I reduce it, it's called leaning, I get more temperature and the mixture is more efficient. The combustion is more efficient. You see?
Yeah.
So I'm burning less fuel and I'm having the same power. And the engine is much more healthy. Okay. We're now 4,200 feet. We're gonna climb to 5,000 and then straight ahead. You see now it's much more calm, the air.
air temperature?
Outside air temperature, it's about 15 degrees. As we climb, the temperature goes down.
Charlie Alpha Oscar, lang, guten Morgen.
Delta Echo Charlie Alpha Oscar, Cessna 172, 2 Personen an Bord, auf einem VWA.
This is ignition temperature or
The exhaust gas temperature. So it's the temperature of the exhaust gases.
yeah.
Basically, it's telling us the temperature of the cylinders, pretty much.
1011.
QNH 1011, walk 3704.
Now I am full with the throttle, and now I can open the ram air. So it's the small thingy. So look at the needle. See? Goes up a tiny bit. So it gives me a bit more of power, just like a small turbo. 5,000 feet. We can now level.
Delta Mike Foxtrot X-Ray Yankee.
Delta Mike Foxtrot X-Ray Yankee, Langen, hallo.
Delta Mike Foxtrot X-Ray Yankee. Eurofox 2 Personen, South nach Nordhorn, 2000 Fuß über Dorsten, erbitte Informationen zum Sperrgebiet 37 Alpha.
Delta Mike Foxtrot X-Ray Yankee, die 37 komplett nicht aktiv.
37 nicht aktiv, Delta Mike Foxtrot X-Ray Yankee.
Guten Weiterflug, tschüss. Delta Echo Oscar.
Das ist Skydiving.
Weiter geht's beim Kollegen auf der 123525.
Is that us? No. Sorry, second.
This is skydiving area, Stadtlohn. I know this one.
Yeah. It's full of areas of skydiving. You have to be careful because they climb to 10,000 and I'm at 5,000. So if you fly above the area, you may have a dropping on top of you.
Yeah,
and you
it
cannot
happened
see.
before.
Yeah, so have to be careful. We'll be passing on the side, so it's okay. See, now it's almost very calm. You wanna try moving a bit?
Yeah,
You can do slow turns. Just try to keep this heading, the the yellow triangle, and try to be level. Now we're going up. You see, and we are climbing. Very gentle, very gentle. Just treat it like a lady, like your wife. You're not, banging her.
Oh, you don't want to treat it like my wife.
Oh, you're hitting her. Very, very gentle. Because we're doing such a high speed. Any movement. You want to keep 5,000 feet and level, yeah, and follow the triangle. Don't do abrupt movements, because we're doing very high speed and we can overstress the airplane, yeah? Try descending to 5,000, so this needle, 0. Okay. Like this, because we're gonna go to the parachute. Too hard, man. That's okay.
Not lower?
Ah, it's okay. Very, very, like this, you have to fly.
Yeah.
Very gentle. Because otherwise, if you're carrying passengers, you're gonna feel sick if you start, you know, moving.
But how much force can you put on this airplane?
You can put up to like 4 Gs, 4 or 5 Gs.
Okay, it's a lot.
But I would never do that because this is a very old airplane, and you can have, you know, over time, aluminum can get corrosion.
Yeah.
So you don't know, the wing is a very complex structure, you know. Once you close the wing, it's closed. So this airplane has been manufactured like 30 years ago. I don't know the real status of the wing, you know, the spar. So if I start putting Gs, it's risky. You know, it's tempting destiny, you know. So I know in case of an emergency I can pull, but I don't wanna be, you know, pulling around for nothing, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's just tempting destiny. That doesn't make sense. And it's, for me, it's not. I don't like acrobatics, so it's not.
Delta Echo Romeo Mike Golf, weiter geht's bei Bremen 119825.
Delta Echo Romeo Mike Golf, alles mal Bremen 119825.
Okay, now we're close. We're gonna cross the border with Netherlands. So let me just write down the frequency. 132. I'm gonna ask him if I can stay with him or I have to change.
Info von der Delta Echo Zulu Alpha Golf.
You cannot cross the border without clearance, obviously.
37 Alpha ist hier aktiv.
Delta Alpha Golf 37, komplett nicht aktiv, können Sie durch.
Alpha Golf, nicht aktiv, komplett 37, danke.
Ah, Delta Whiskey Sierra, now closing to the Dutch border. Can I stay with you or I have to change with Dutch military?
Delta Whiskey Sierra?
Yes, that's affirmative.
Will your routing proceed primarily over Dutch airspace?
Yes, I will be tracking straight ahead to Borkum, Echo Delta Whiskey Romeo.
So I would suggest to contact Dutch Mill Info just to be on the safe side. Frequency 132.35 and squawk 7000.
Okay, 132.350, thank you, bye-bye. Dutch military, Delta Echo Oscar Whiskey Sierra.
Delta Echo Oscar Whiskey Sierra, Dutch.
Hello, Delta Echo Oscar Whiskey Sierra, it's a Mooney M20 VFR flight plan from Echo Delta Kilo Alpha to Echo Delta Whiskey Romeo. Now coming to the border and I'm doing 5000 and 3704 on the squawk.
Delta Echo Oscar Whiskey Sierra, roger, the QNH 1007, flight information service.
1007 and flight information service for Delta Whiskey Sierra, thank you. Okay. Okay, we're now, they know we're coming, so it's okay. He told me the QNH 1007, so the pressure is reducing a bit, so that's okay. Like this. Now we're crossing the border, so this is now Netherlands. You see? Here?
What is this area here?
This is an airport, but we're gonna fly above it, so there's no problem. So
Is this a military or what?
I don't know. Let me see. It's called Enschede Airfield. No, it's not military. The radio I'm talking to is called Dutch military. It's the area that controls this. Okay. Yeah, I think they're military, but it's okay. We can talk to them. As soon as you're talking to somebody on the radio, in case you make a mistake and you fly into control airspace, it's much less problems, you know, and they're gonna tell you before you do it. So I always fly with a flight plan, and I'm not obliged to do it, but it's better that way, you know. I'm getting a bit cold. because if there is any problem, or this airspace is very complicated, and sometimes you have something called NOTAM. A NOTAM is a notice to airman, and basically those are like short-term notices or advices. So maybe there are some military exercises with airplanes flying, and there is a risk in the area, and maybe you don't know about it, and they tell you about it. You know, you're supposed to do the research, which I did, and there are no NOTAMs, okay? But in case you miss something, they tell you.
1007 America 1.
So this airspeed will be there in about half an hour. We have a tailwind. The Mooney usually flies at 150 knots. So we have 20 knots of wind on the tail. So that means we're going faster, but that also means that on the way back, we're going to go much slower. But it's going to take like one...
Let's hope the wind change.
No. I checked the forecast now. I had the same problem yesterday. Yesterday I reached 200 knots. This is the airspeed in relation to the ground.
Yeah.
So this airplane is really fast. If you compare it with the small airplanes that we saw in Aachen, they usually fly at 80 knots.
Yeah. Takes forever.
So we are flying twice as fast. And the fuel burn is not bad. Really good. This airplane is really good. It's meant to travel. It's a travel machine. You can go to Palma de Mallorca with this airplane.
Let's go.
Nah. It's gonna take like 5 hours. You know, but you can do it. Also, you need a day like this. If the weather is not good, because the problem with flying long distances is that the weather changes. You know, so you have to prepare. Are you okay?
Yeah, of course.
Perfect. Enjoying?
Sorry?
Enjoying?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's getting a little bit foggy. I think maybe because of the moisture getting up.
This is smog.
Still?
Yeah. It's yeah, we can climb a bit more, but it's not. This airplane is the best efficiency is at 5,000 feet, so, and then we have to descend, so not worth it. This is normal. This kind of fog, and you see it in populated areas. If you go away, you don't see this anymore. But this is not fog, it's pollution.
Yeah, smoke.
Yeah. The first time I saw this, I was impressed. You know, I was like, wow. And I think I mentioned, India, the country.
India.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
the cities
coming down.
The big cities, they have this much worse. If you want to fly like in an airplane like this, the VFR rating doesn't exist because you have to have IFR.
Yeah.
It's so bad you cannot see ahead.
Yeah, sometimes it comes down, you can't even see in the city.
That's the future of our planet. You see it here.
Too much people.
Too many people. It's gonna get worse and worse.
India, Foxtrot Romeo, negative, Voices is not active. You can proceed.
That's very unfortunate, but that's what it is.
You are not active. Oscar Oscar, India, Foxtrot Romeo.
I also.
Yeah, that's a bit stuck. I couldn't close it, so when you turn it, the whole thing turns.
Oh, it's working.
Are you cold?
No.
Oh, okay, perfect. I couldn't reach it, from here, so I just left it the other day.
Emergency signal?
Don't touch it. This is if we crash, this is gonna send a signal so the rescue can find us.
Okay.
But if you push it on, it's gonna send the rescue, and if you're not in an emergency, you're gonna get a fine.
Yeah.
You know, very expensive fine. So this also has a sensor of G's. So if you crash really hard, it's gonna trigger. Now we're back in Germany. The border has like a lamp. So this is Germany now. That's okay. As you can see it here. One day I was flying with another pilot. And this guy, you know, I met him at the flight school. I didn't really know him. I just met him there, and he asked me to go on a flight with me, and I was like, okay, let's go. And we were flying, and he was asking me about this instrument, you know, and the airplane I was flying didn't have this kind of power lever. It had like a lever, you know, and when he was moving this, he reached back and pushed the lever back with the hand. I was like, whoa, I felt like adrenaline. I thought there was an engine problem, you know? And I was like, are you stupid? Like, you're moving, don't touch anything. And he was a pilot, you know? Very dangerous. You see now the fuel tank? This one is lower than this one. A bit, so I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna put the boost pump on and then switch to the right tank. And then off.
Why do you have to use the pump for this?
This airplane has two fuel pumps. One is mechanical, it's linked to the engine, and one is electrical. Since this airplane is low wing, the fuel is lower than the engine, so you need a pump. So I do it because in case I'm switching tanks and for some reason I lose fuel pressure or something, this is a backup, you know. Right now we are very safe because we are high, so in case there is a problem I can troubleshoot, I have time, but it's a good practice to turn it on.
19271, hello, identified, clear descent to flight level 70, proceed to suited. Oscar, India Foxtrot Romeo, we are approaching Seppa and request frequency change for Seppa radio. Foxtrot Romeo, frequency change approved, check para dropping in progress. Frequency change approved and we'll have it on. Medic 01. Medic 01. Fix me on, Medic 01. Medic 01, go ahead. Medic 01, final for MCL, request contact direct Leeuwarden Tower when airborne again. Medic 01, it is approved, and frequency change approved, goodbye. Medic 01, goodbye, thank you.
Mike, Sirius Bravo is approaching ambulance, request frequency change, ambulance radio.
Roger, frequency change approved, goodbye.
Goodbye, sign it off.
Op Echo Golf, contact lange radar on 129.3. Contact Eindhoven naar Eifel, 124.530.
In the picture?
So I'm just...
Next information on Korean Papa Delta.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
Oscar Yankee, Papa Delta Alpha calling. Affirmative, inbound Norlu, and destination is Echo Bravo Alpha Whiskey, currently plate number 6.
Now,
Oscar Yankee, Papa Delta.
once we start reaching Borkum, they usually don't like to speak in English. So I'm gonna have to ask you to help me out with the communications. Basically, what we want to know, this is the runway, 31 or 13. We have to ask them which runway they're using. Probably if the wind is coming like this, it's gonna be 31. And then just basically listen for other traffics that are coming to land. And they're gonna give us position reports. So if you hear something, obviously it's gonna be in German, just tell me. And we'll try to look for the traffics. And it's gonna be like this, the traffic circuit is gonna be like this. So we're coming this way, probably gonna be like this, yeah? This is called downwind, base, and final. I'm gonna go downwind, base, and final. So you probably, if there are other traffics, you're gonna hear them say the position.
I give my best, but the headphones are not very good.
Okay, no worries.
Helicopter November 71 Sierra Lima, Captain's name Autos PUB2 from Odilia Pale to Lelystad Airport. November Sierra Lima, Roger, QNH 1007, flight info, Borkum closed. Borkum closed, QNH 1007, November 71 Sierra Lima.
Yeah, I just write down the, the more important information, the frequencies, and in case this goes bad, I like to have a... Usually, basically what they tell you is, they tell you the squawk code, that's the code that goes here, and the QNH, that's the pressure, So that's the thing, and the runway in use 26. theory, we are supposed to fly with charts, no paper charts. All this information
But
is...
how?
It's impossible. You're supposed to fly by looking at references.
Yeah.
So if you want to go to Borkum, you have to know that there is a lake that you're going to fly pretty much overhead. But it's very difficult and it's very easy to get lost. Because especially if you're flying in a place you're not from there, you know, you're not born in there. So this technology is very good. But before this was invented, VFR pilots used to fly like this. And IFR used this instrument. You select a frequency of a station on the ground, and you can select, for instance, maybe, let me show you. Uh, 11240. 112 400. I think this is linked to the...
This here.
No, to this one. 112.
So it basically shows you the direction to the
Right, yeah.
station?
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
It's not picking up. Maybe it takes some time. It's not very reliable. So you're supposed to fly like this on the clouds. It's very, very difficult. So now with the GPS it's much easier. And what I want to get is a smaller tablet to put it here, you know? Because this is a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So for next season I will do that. But sometimes you lose signal. Like in the Alps, you couldn't get a signal, GPS. So you have to have charts in case of a backup, you know. But here I have like one cell phone, one tablet, and I know this area, so it's okay. And this is a GPS also, this unit. It's very basic, but it's a GPS. So you can see this area is the same one. You can go direct here. You can put Aachen direct, and it's gonna take you to Aachen.
What is this, an airport or what
Yeah,
is this?
this is from Netherlands. Should be over there. I don't know where. But we're flying above the airspace. You see, this is the vertical cross, and the control airspace is below us. You see that blue line? We are flying above,
okay.
so it's okay. Once we pass this, we have to start the descent, and that's the coast. So the coast, I don't know. Maybe you can see it. Will become shortly. After we cross this area, it's gonna be more spectacular. The scenery, you know. You'll be able to see the beach and everything. It's gonna be very nice. I'm gonna set the frequency for Borkum on the secondary, so it's already set. 123 000. But then I just press and listen. You have the active and standby.
But because of strong headwind, I have delay. Could you check in your system, do you have this plan? And do a delay for this plan for half hour? Oscar Yankee Papa Delta Alpha.
Sometimes you see the smoke layer is very well determined, like up to a certain altitude, and then it's okay. That sometimes happens because there is an inversion of pressure. So that means that obviously as you climb, the pressure decreases, but sometimes it's the opposite. Once you climb, the pressure increases up to a certain point where it's reverted. So sometimes the smoke gets kind of stuck at a certain level. So I don't know if that's happening today, but for us it doesn't really matter because we have good visibility. And there you can see the ghost. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Perfect. Also there is a small fjord or coast. started the descent. Borkum is straight ahead, the island. Do you see?
Yeah.
And those islands on the left are from Netherlands. There's a lot of small islands to the west and to the east. To the east is Germany and to the west is Netherlands. The ones in Netherlands are mostly inhabited and they don't have an airport or anything. And in Germany they have small towns, one each of them.
Afstand Lima Alpha Golf, ik wel. Check traffic at 3,500 feet and you're 1 o'clock. Range is about 10 knots per mile. Heading south. Looking for traffic, Oscar and the plan. Thank you. Come that far. Back approach. Zeer goedemorgen. Papa Auto Whisky Kilo Bravo. Oh, sorry sir. I'll change again.
Delta Whiskey Sierra, I would like to change with Borkum info 123000. Dutch military, Delta Echo Oscar Whiskey Sierra, I would like to leave.
Oscar Whiskey Sierra, frequency change approved, goodbye.
Alright, thank you. So VFR is the universal code for VFR. Just press that and then change with Borkum. Borkum info, Delta Echo Oscar Whiskey Sierra.
Delta Echo Oscar Whiskey Sierra, Borkum, moin.
Hello, good morning. Delta Echo Oscar Whiskey Sierra, it's a Mooney M20 VFR flight plan from Echo Delta Kilo Alpha to Echo Delta Whiskey Romeo, at the moment 3000 coming from the south.
Yeah, okay, runway uses 13 and the left-hand circuit, please.
13 left-hand circuit for Whiskey Sierra, thank you.
November Yankee, clear. 1-3. 140 mit 12.
Delta Echo for Juliet Charlie, jetzt 3000 Fuß, 7 Meilen.
So we have to come from this direction?
She told me left hand, so left hand is like this. We're gonna fly like this probably. So you turn to the left, this is left hand, and 13 is the runway, yeah? So we have to go like this. So I'm gonna... Usually they like us to be away from the city because of the town, because of noise, you know? So yeah, okay. I can show you the beach and stuff. That's the port, I think. Small port.
I'm fine, November Yankee. 250 mit 15.
And the airport should be I think over there.
There's a wind park.
There is the runway, you see it?
Yeah.
It's a bit darker. So we're gonna go around it and land on runway 13. I was expecting a runway 31 because of wind, but I don't know, maybe there is there's one small airplane that's leaving the runway now, you see it?
Yes.
So we just have to keep an eye outside for other traffic. Okay, I'm gonna start with the checks. We have fuel on the fuel stand, it's okay. Boost pump on. Mixture is rich. Let's check. That's the gear, don't worry, I will lower it soon. 132, gear down. That's the landing gear. We check. Gear down, and hit that down. So the gear is now down. Can flaps 10. Approaching 1000. That's the runway. And Delta Whiskey Sierra now downwind runway 13.
Yeah, okay, copied.
What did he say?
Just said okay.
Okay. Landing light on.
So, die November Yankee bleibt wie lange? November Yankee bleibt bis heute Nachmittag.
I always check the gear many times because you don't want to land with the land.
Jo, gegenüber vom Tower auf die andere Grasfläche bitte, wo noch keiner steht. Irgendwo zwischen die Fähnchen bitte. Jo, verstanden. Links vom Taxiway, denke ich mal. Genau.
Juliet Charlie 1900 Fuß Höhe im langen Endteilgleich. Ich sehe die landende Maschine vor mir und reihe mich dahinter an.
Ja, okay, verstanden.
Delta Whiskey Sierra now turning base, runway 13. Full flaps.
Action wind 1501 4 knots.
Roger, thank you. clear, full flaps, Skyflower opens, full pump landing light off. Sir, prop. And Delta Whiskey Sierra, final 13.
One 50, 10 knots.
Delta Echo bitte der Charlie im langen Endteil 1-3, Landemaschine voraus in Sicht.
Ja, okay, beide in Sicht.
And that's how you do it.
Nice.
A bit windy. And did you notice the wind shifted on final? So I think I have to go backtrack here. Ah no, there is an exit. So now you can open the door if you want, if it's too hot.
Smells somehow.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe it's the rubber from the tires, I don't know.
I hope not the cable.
No, it's okay. It's a sensor, no, nothing to worry. And Delta Whiskey Sierra runway vacated. There is lights on this runway. That's cool. You can come at night. There's another traffic landing there. The engine is too low, the alternator doesn't give enough current, so it tells you like low
battery.
Yeah.
Voltage.
Actually, this is not, sorry, this is the vacuum. So the engine has a vacuum pump that's used for these instruments that are gyroscopes. So a gyroscope is something that turns really quickly. It's not electric, it's vacuum driven. So just like a vacuum machine, and this is electric. So the idea is you have
Whiskey Sierra, how long do you want to stay here?
Just for the day, for Whiskey Sierra.
Yeah, okay, so come to the apron and then I tell you.
Okay, Roger, thank you. So you have two different types of source, electrical and vacuum.
Julie Charlie, back to the
Obviously, if there is a leak on the vacuum system, like a hole, you can lose pressure. So
Ja, okay, dann mal auf links rum und dann ganzes Stück geradeaus.
When the air engine is running low RPM, there is no vacuum, so that's the...
Da steht die November...
But you know, once I pass 1000, it goes away. And the important part is that you have vacuum when you're on cruise, you know? So, we already had vacuum, so I checked that. But this gauge was on the green, so it's okay. Okay, this is Borkum. Well, let us see where he wants us to park. So for Whiskey Sierra, should I go to the concrete apron?
Yes.
Thank you. Gonna have the best parking. Otherwise you have to walk like 2 hours to get.
So now turn left and then opposite from the tower. Push your back please over the grass.
Okay, you mean near to the Cirrus?
No, little more straight ahead and then opposite from the tower on the left side.
Okay, I will do that, thank you. So I will do like this and then back. Because I cannot push the airplane to the grass, there is a bush here, so. There's no reverse here. Okay, so off, radio off.